One year it was, ready all row. I think that was last year. I'll still say that a lot. This year is the airline way. And people say, well, Coach, what is the airline way? I said, it's real simple to me. These two kids right here are young men, embody what it means, the airline way. We got one right here, Tucker, who I remember seeing him in E-Wing, first block. I think it was in Mr. Burke's class, I can't remember really, Tuck. Hey, Tuck, what's going on? And basically Tuck said, Coach, I'm probably done the rest of the year. He showed me his hand, and I'm thinking, golly, come on. Senior year, see if you can persevere, get it going. And anyway, it comes to fruition that he was able to wrestle. And not only wrestle, but do it in a way with just one hand. That's the airline way. He found a way. And then Peyton Bass in the semifinals is down, Peyton, I don't know the score, 14-3. It was pretty bleak. Then all of a sudden, number one way he could win it. And he did it. That's just finding a way. These two young men have battled things on campus, off campus, whatever, through sports, real character comes out. And these two young men here are what it means to be the airline way. And it's such a pleasure for me just to be a very small part of this ceremony to honor these two outstanding young men. Because when Coach Duhan a long time ago, he said, hey, once a Viking, always a Viking. So these guys are Vikings. It doesn't matter where they go. Okay, it doesn't matter what they do. They're always going to be Vikings and always come back. Just like we had an alumni from 20 years ago come back to speak to one of our sports teams yesterday. Y'all come and speak, or Tucker, you might just want to come. But just come back and speak. You're always part of us, and what we try to do is try to always give back to who is given to us. Of course, that's our parents. Of course, that's our coaches. That's our bosses. That's our peers. And y'all do that. And we'll encourage y'all to always come back. Okay? Y'all, that's all I have. Coach Cox is going to speak, and then y'all feel free, okay? All right?
Hey, I'll be real brief. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I know my class didn't have a choice, but appreciate that. Man, what an awesome day. Man, I love these two young men right here. Very, very excited for them. Very eager to see what they do in their future. And for you wrestlers, this is who you look up to. This year, in the past, we voted for team captains. This year, I talked to coaches, said, we don't need a vote. We have two. We have two evident, just outstanding team captains. And they did a great job with that all year. They work hard. You'll never say anything that these two kids did not work hard. So learn from that. The leadership in the classroom, on the wrestling mat, in the community. This is what you want to be right here. These two young men, it's who you want to look after and look up to. I'm telling you. We can talk about Tucker all day. His work ethic, the toughest kid I know, his grind, his inability to quit. Talk about that all day. They've done stories about it in newspapers, and we can talk about it all the time. That's who you want to look up to. Peyton Bass never gets tired, never quits, overtrains constantly because he has a goal in his mind. And he's going to keep going until he's satisfied, which is be never. But that's just who you want to be. So for the young wrestlers, these two have set an example for you for 4 years. And today we get to celebrate that by them going on and continuing their wrestling career. Okay, I love these two. I'll always be there for these two, and just can't wait to see them in their future.
All right, for airline wrestling, been here for 5 years, and been an absolute pleasure watching these two grow up. Tucker from overeating too many corn dogs at the wrestling tournament, and see the evidence of that, later on in the match. But airline wrestling, these guys have had a family around them. You got Coach Larkins and Burton in the kids program, that helped raise him up here, and then his former teammates. Airline wrestling has put a number of kids into college to wrestle over the last few years. You got Thomas Behringer who's up at Stevens Point. Kyler Behringer who wrestled in Ohio. Peyton's going to join Keegan Gilligan at Loris. You know, so we've got kids, and Christian Walden at West Point. We put a number of kids into college, and these guys are continuing the successful. Oh, and of course we got Dakota Brace here at the podium as well, right in front of you. But he is. Well, we've got these kids here continuing the tradition of excellence of airline wrestling. And those of you underclassmen that are coming up, you guys have great examples right here of what you can accomplish. Tucker's tough as nails. Probably one of the meanest guys in the wrestling room, and anyone who's wrestled with him knows that for sure. Peyton, when he started, you know, his jiu-jitsu coach said, hey, go wrestle. His baseball coach said, hey, go wrestle. His first year, could not get him off his back because he kept trying to pull jiu-jitsu moves and pull people down onto his back. But he grew out of that, he developed, and that's just the wrestling piece. The rest of it is becoming young men, becoming leaders in their community, volunteering downtown, doing everything to make wrestling great. And these guys are just tremendous gentlemen, and it's been an honor and a pleasure to be their coach.
Y'all good? Hey, y'all go ahead. Let's go ahead and, who's going first? Peyton?
I just want to say thank you to my parents because they kind of been behind me to push me. Like when I'm going through my diet, they're really strict on what I eat, even though I kind of sneak a couple sweets in there. I want to thank my coaches. I want to thank Coach Cox first of all. He got me started into wrestling my freshman year. Never would have seen me wrestling. Never would have seen me being #1 in the state. Never would have seen that happen. Thank you, Coach Nick. You got me into freestyle and Greco. And just like never seeing me wrestle, I never would have known I'd be wrestling for part of a team representing Louisiana. And thank you, Coach Ernie, for getting me to where I am right now. And thank you, Coach Walden, for the workouts and everything. It's like a lot. Thank you, teammates, for being there and pushing me through. Thank you, Dakota, for being there
for being
my first year. But then a half, never told me how to get out of it. And thank you, Peyton Miller, Parkway. You know, it's like family. We work together always. It's really
So I would just like to thank my family and friends. I've had a lot of coaches, I guess, over the years, and one that really sticks out to me is Coach Joey Burton. He took me in when I was in like middle school and just got me wrestling, bigger tournaments, I guess. That really helped me. And then Coach Cox, I've known him a long time too. Coach Nick, he came here a couple of years ago, and he's been a big, I don't know the word for it, big part of my wrestling career. Same with Coach Walden, I've known him a long time, and Coach Ernie, I've known him. And thanks to Shane for taking me up to Stevens Point. Didn't plan on going to college or anything, but I went up there and I saw it and I liked it. And thanks to everybody else, you know, taking me to tournaments and stuff. And it's good.
We get a picture. Signing. Coach Cox take a picture.
Hey guys, go ahead and sign and then we'll pose after, okay?
Oh my gosh, Tucker Golden.
Thank you, Sean.
All right, hey, hold on a minute. We'll pose, okay?
Peyton.
That's right.
So what's today's date?
The 5th. Just present.
All right, you ready, Coach Cox?
I think you're supposed to look up.
Hey, so for me, and then do whatever they say. Do 2 photos. One, act like riding, looking down for a pose. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're good.
All right, and now 1.